Okay, guys, I'm back. Hope you got to watch all my other two videos. So, let's get to what I said on the second video and the first video about why is Redfall on 30 frames per second. Because when I did that rant, I was very angry, and it didn't look so good. So, a lot of people have been talking about it throughout the week, and we should not get mad about Xbox and Arcane Studios making Redfall at 30 frames per second, because I think I think we have been spoiled. We have been spoiled about 60 frames, right? And and we shouldn't. We should not feel spoiled even though we bought the Xbox Series X. We should not feel spoiled, childish, that we're not getting the game day and date at 60 frames. Even though there are games that are coming out right now that are hitting that mark. And there are some games that haven't hit that mark at launch day or decided to cap it at 30 frames, because I think that there are been games that haven't hit 60. I'm going to give you an example, because when I look at the Nintendo Switch, there are some games that do hit 60 on that hardware. And then there are games that don't hit 60. They stay at 30. And when I think about that, it's because I never ranted or got angry about the Nintendo games, because Nintendo is Nintendo. As long as their customers are having fun with their product, they don't care what game that they will put at 60 or 30. Because the Nintendo fans are happy with just playing the game at 30, because those Nintendo characters are so iconic, they will play it on any hardware that they would come out with. And I think we should take a look at those games and say, oh, is that 60 frames? Is that 30 frames? Sorry if my PC is going off. It's just that we shouldn't get mad if the head of Bethesda said that they'll put 60 later. They'll put 60 later. So what I'm getting at, guys, we should enjoy the games that are coming out this year. We should enjoy the games that we're suspecting to look good, to feel good gameplay wise. And we should not get mad. Once the game launches, once Redfall launches, I'm going to play that game day and date. 30 frames per second or 60 frames per second. So we shouldn't care about a game hitting that mark. Because again, guys, we have been spoiled with the 60 frames per second feature. Because the Nintendo Switch doesn't have a lot of games that hit 60. They only hit at 30. So by the end of the day, guys, we should be happy that we're at least getting a new game from Xbox and Bethesda instead of yelling, screaming, and whining about that we're not getting that feature. That's what we should really look into that. So again, guys, let's not rant, yell, and scream about this. That these games are coming out at 30. We should be happy that we're at least getting first party title games for Xbox because they're trying their hardest. All right, so again, guys, it's okay if the game is going to play at 30 frames per second just for a little bit. Later down the line, we'll get the 60 frames and everything will be okay. Because if Redfall is going to hit at 30 frames per second, we shouldn't care. We should care that that game is going to be a banger. So think on this, guys. We should be happy that we get to play these games. Not get angry about a feature. Because, again, Nintendo has games that do play on 60, but there are some games on Nintendo that only hits 30 frames. And people over there has not whined and complained about it. They just play games. Just games. So we should do the same thing too on the Xbox Series X. Because again, we've just been so spoiled with that feature. Alright guys? So let's calm down. Let's just play games. Alright? So this is Ultra Dark Slayer. Have a good day, have a good night, have a good afternoon when you're in the world. Stay safe out there. Have a great week. And let's see more gaming news comes up because that second video that I did was kind of short. So, catch you later, guys.